Welcome back. Welcome back, dude. NDL Weekly. Hey, why were they saying? Oh,
On a Monday.
what happened?
Where did Renee
Did
go?
Renee just disappear? Yeah, hey, Monday night NDL Weekly, Monday Night Live. Hey, why were they saying that the Manning cast was awkward?
Oh, I don't know. Renee was saying something about it, but she's no longer here. So we can only wonder.
Kyle will be here. He's running a little late. Renee just absolutely disappeared. But dude, I don't know. So Purdy's up to 167 yards. It was looking grim. Did you see the stats on this week's quarterbacks?
As
Just like
in,
severely underperforming historic averages.
well,
Um,
you know what's weird is
hmm,
it seems like, hey, she's back.
I love it.
So
I
what is weird is it seems like every year, week one is always a weird week, or like your performers don't perform, and other people perform, and it's just like, everybody always freaks out. I feel in week one.
Mhm. We were saying tons of quarterbacks underperformed. It's nice to see Purdy 167 yards through 5 minutes or so, 9 minutes or so. I don't know how behind I am, but look at Rodgers. Rodgers is sitting at a nice, cool 76 yards. Jaden Daniels, 88 yards passing. He
oh,
did
did
rush
you
for,
see that? I think the person who had the most had like 200 yards.
dude. Now, my comment on Mahomes in SF3 or SF2 maybe, because now I roster him, and I'm thinking, hey guys, if we're going to end up counting him as elite, we're not loving this stat line. Well, now that stat line looks amazing.
Yeah,
I think Baker lit the world on fire. That was
he
very
did.
fun.
Yeah.
Who else?
No, as everybody was under like 200 and 100 and something, except for Caleb Williams, who was like 67 or something like that.
67 is not good.
No,
Not good.
just something like that.
But Jaden Daniels, 88 yards, rushed for 2 touchdowns. There was a whole bunch. And you know what? I guess, Jared Goff, he did all right. But like I'm saying,
Stafford.
those leverage deals, if Jared Goff's going to give us similar production, or good Lord, if Baker Mayfield's going to give us similar production, should we be spending up on Mahomes or Allen? Now, I know consistency, that trumps, but we're not trading them straight up, right? We're trading them for a plus. We're trading them for more so. I mean, look what did I spend? I spent Herbert at a $90 bloated contract. I get it. Herbert, Bowers, Brian Thomas Jr., 26 first, 26 second for Mahomes and Rice. And seems like a lot, but secure a floor. Is that good?
Yeah, I don't know if we're
An
going to go
elite
over.
quarterback. I mean,
I don't know if we're going to go over the trade that I did, but when I sent Allen, and it was in NFL, so I don't know if we're going to go over it, but I sent Allen and I got Baker in return plus.
What'd you get plus? What plus you
I
get?
remember. It's the problem. I did
How
too
long
many
ago?
trades.
We can look at that too. I pulled up NFL and I pulled up 32, but okay, I got the screen. I have 3 players that I will talk about. I tried to make them relevant to if we can actually get them or if we would actually sell them. You mentioned Pitts. I looked at Pitts, looked at his stats, but then are we going to sell Pitts? Probably not. Are
No,
we
I
looking
thought it
to
was something like, what do we think about?
But really what we want to circle back to is this an actionable player, right? Actionable player as far as would we sell him and what would we sell him for? Would we buy him and what would we buy him for? But
that's different. Okay.
it is, but you guys had great suggestions, but you're right. It's a little bit different and I'm still kind of workshopping it. If you guys have any feedback, awesome. But I'm going to pull up JB. If Kyle is able to get here, then sweet. I love that Ayuk's not getting any love, dude. I love that they're going to sit him for a little bit or not. I'm really curious to see his snap count. He's still only got 1 reception. Good. But then Jordan Mason, this is a bummer. Jordan Mason's got 101 yards on 19 carries with a touchdown.
Yeah.
The better Mason does, the longer CMC is going to sit. Do you guys roster CMC?
I don't
do.
have him anywhere right now.
I have one.
Where do you have him?
One share of him in SF2.
Oh, that's right. Damn it. Hey, do you guys have Trader Joe's out there?
Mm-hmm.
You do, Renee, yes.
We have one, but it's in downtown Houston. So it's about 30, 45 minutes.
It is darn good. All right.
Ours is probably on fire.
Oh, yeah. How are you guys doing out there?
It's worse.
Is it worse?
Is it really?
It's spreading. Sorry. The mountains are closed off now. So the only way you can get down the mountain is the back way, which is, towards the Mojave Desert. And that's the final road. So they're looking at possibly evacuating all the mountain communities because there's no way for them to get out if that road closes off. Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm down in the city, so I'm good. We're just not able to breathe. And there's ash all over all the cars, and it comes in the house if you open the door. And
oh, that's terrible.
It's gross. Yeah. They gave us masks today at work so that we could breathe while we're in the building.
I'm sorry, dude.
Hey, it is what it is. California. Yeah.
And then Roy and I have a storm coming our way. So
oh yeah.
We gotta watch out for that.
Right. This is JB.
I guess.
Yeah. So this is JB. What kind of storm? You guys safe?
It's a tropical storm. I guess they're saying it could turn into a hurricane. So it's going to come. They're saying either right now they're saying it's headed towards Louisiana. So Roy and Todd, I don't know if they'll be in the path, but it's like coming up the coast. So it's like traveling up the coast. So we'll see. If it takes a westward turn, it's going to hit me. If it stays to the east, it's going to affect Roy and Todd, I'm sure.
Well, prayers up, brother. Hopefully you guys are good. Renee and I don't really know what weather is. Sometimes our house shakes.
We had it this week. Yesterday we had thunder, lightning, rain, red sky because of the smoke, and fire in the mountains.
Hey, you know what is kind of, it is awful. Yes, let's first preface with super sorry, gross. But dude, when it's super smoky, fires are blazing, ash is raining, and you look up and you see that big red sun.
Oh,
that is wild.
I was saying that it looked like the orcs are coming, because it was like with the red sky, and I felt like I needed an axe or something to protect myself.
You can always just go get an axe if you want. Day before we had earthquakes.
Like hurricane?
I didn't have one. Hey, did you have an earthquake? I think Brian's down by you, Renee.
Yeah, we had 2.
The other day?
Yeah. Oh, we're having them all the time lately.
How weird.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm nervous about a big one coming because it's like rumbling, and then it's rumbling, and it's like, batten down the hatches.
I'm always nervous.
Batten down the hatches. What is to batten down a hatch? Tie it down?
That's when you get the hatch and you batten it.
Oh, I fucking knew it.
Yeah.
All right, so check it out.
Yeah.
I was hoping, I think we went over this one. Pickles, Bijan for Trey McBride in the first robbery. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, we did
I love this. What's that?
We did our trade already.
You did that one. I wanted to diversify a little bit, so I bought a tank share, so I wanted to sell a tank share. Sold tank for Rashee Rice. Boom. No frills, no
Not
thrills.
bad at all.
Who do you guys think will have a better year this year?
Between whom?
That's too. Yeah, that's
Rice.
probably too easy now that they played, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rice probably, but then I lost Puka, and Renee's trying to bone me. I know you. Opportunistic, lay in wait. I know that's what you do, and I respect it. Okay, then Pickle ended up giving up Addison and the third for Ramondre Stevenson, which was who's the better player, Addison or Stevenson?
Stevenson right now, and Alec Pierce because he just balled out this weekend. But Addison, I think, over the long haul.
I would say that Addison is the better player, but I really don't know why Mache would do that. Gave up Addison, and he got Addison, Brandon Ayuk, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, and Pickens, but now he's got Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker. Okay, he's got Kenneth Walker. So maybe he was just diversifying a bit. Oh, spooky. Hold on one sec.
Hello, welcome to the show, everyone.
At least you told, and that microphone, I got cap. Brian, first of all, seriously, I am not hip enough to know what a cap is or what
cap is.
Means.
How much space you have under 300?
Oh, salary cap. Is that short for salary cap? Oh, he actually did mean cap. You silly shit. They were over the cap. Yeah, I don't even think, because watch, Addison, $12. Oh, Stevenson was probably $28. Okay, cap move. I looked at it before, didn't think it was a cap move. Nothing to see here. It was a cap move. Thank God Brian watches the show. Right. Welcome in, Kyle. Welcome in. We are like the same age.
What a fine football Monday it is. Welcome everyone to the show. Week 1 of NDL Weekly.
You bastard.
Who's that?
It is 1 for 14 still.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to talk about your trade, dude. Oh, we're going to talk about it. That one was completely understandable. What about when Brian gave up Gabe Davis for Christian Watson in the third?
What?
What is
Mache, what are you doing?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I thought it was going to be Gabe Davis for a third. How do you like it, Renee?
No.
I hate it.
No.
Is that another cap move, maybe?
Yeah. Watson is 12, I think. And Gabe
Gabe Davis is
$1.
Brian's saying cap.
Gross.
Watson was $9.
Mache was way over.
Really gross.
I bet you.
Mache was way over cap.
Brian, correct me if I'm wrong. Brian, would you have taken a third for Gabe Davis? While you think about that, so Renee, you gave up Ayuk and you got. You gave up Ayuk and you got Worthy and a first. Renee, how you feeling about that?
Loving every minute of it.
I also love every minute of that. I would say Ayuk is the better player.
Agreed.
But that's Brian, what do we call that in the dynasty space? Hey Kyle, tell me what you were thinking with that one.
It was leverage.
The Worthy trade?
You are good.
So I saw it as 2 playoff firsts for Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
And that this is before the season starts, right? So I think Worthy has the potential to be a Deshaun Jackson type deal. But the floor is iffy,
Lava.
especially this year. So if I'm trying to compete, which I mean, I'm trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Worthy to me before the season is worth less than Ayuk, and Ayuk, given the circumstances, the cap, the years left, the space that it creates for me, that I have left to do another move, that was worth it to add a first onto Worthy, who could have been nothing. I mean, probably not nothing, but
you're right.
Could have been less. So obviously, it looks terrible now. Worthy. Go ahead.
Sorry, I thought you were pausing. I was just going to say he hadn't played game 1, right? He just had played a little preseason action.
It was a few. I don't know if it was a full week, but it was at least a few days before week 1. It looks terrible now, right? But
I don't
still,
think
so. Some cold water, a little cold water. He had 3 targets, 2 catches and one rush. So like 3 total touches, and he just happened to take 2 to the house. So like it looks awesome, but usage was low. So like temper expectations. It could be Achan, it could be another Hollywood Brown. Like that's kind of the range of outcomes. Well, for a receiver, like, but the Achan thing is, or Tank Dell's a better example.
Yeah, I think his snap. I mean, he played. I can't remember. I'm trying to look it up, but I wanted to say 22%.
Yeah, super high.
I think he was on the.
He was a starter for the whole game, but yeah.
But Hollywood is coming back. Yeah, his touches were low. Right, his touches were low, but yeah, too late first. I think he went mid. Was that a Super Bowl? Snaps were higher than Rice until okay. But snaps were higher than Rice until week 9.
I sent something that was the first offer. I sent something that I knew was going to get accepted, and if it didn't get accepted, I wasn't going to send anything better. Like that was kind of where it was. It was going to be a swap for Worthy instead, like someone else instead of Worthy, and then still a playoff first. Like that was where I was willing to pay.
And that first could turn into poop, right? But I know
or it could be a non-playoff. Who knows?
Will probably, but good get, Renee. I happen to like Worthy preseason, right after the draft. All it took was him going on Kansas City, but they had to hit some point, right? Hey, did you guys see that?
It's been 1 week.
Did you see that? Oh, and Hollywood coming back is going to be different. Did you see that body cam video of Tyreek getting pulled over?
Oh, did it get released already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
was
bad?
released that morning.
It's pretty disgusting.
Wow.
It's a really bad look for cops. First of all, they pulled him over, and there must have been 7 motorcycle cops. They were racing he was driving a Lambo. It looked like Ferrari.
So
I don't know. They all look
the story is that he was weaving and going way over the speed limit. So like pulling over, perfectly fine. Apparently he was getting kicked and he was getting kneeled on, like not fine.
He was. Yeah, it was pretty gross. You should check it out. Renee, I love it so much. I love it so much. Okay, then Nate decided he wanted to give up Geno and a first for Brian's Bryce Young and Cortland Sutton. Nate will disappear and he will be nowhere to be found. And then he'll fire off like 7 completed trades out of nowhere, and he won't even show up in Discord. I think I love Nate. So what do you think, Adrian, about this one?
It's
Geno, a first and a second, actually. Geno, a first and a second for Bryce Young and Cortland Sutton.
That's a lot. I wonder if it had to do salary at all. Cap. Unless he just really liked Bryce.
It's Brian. Where am I at? Brian, I don't know, but it looks like Geno was $29. Yeah, maybe. $15, and then Sutton was 14. So it looks like a wash. So Nate ended up paying, I don't even know, a first and second for Cortland Sutton, and then Geno for Bryce. Renee, you love it?
It's an overpay.
Which side, though?
I mean, I love getting Geno a first and second.
Yeah.
I agree.
Geno first and second for Bryce and Cortland Sutton.
Well, I think there was more hope for Bryce a minute ago.
This was on the 30th.
He might still be fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I'm not too concerned if we're not treating him like he was any different than week 5 of last year, honestly.
Yeah, we were pretty bummed week 5. Did you see any of the highlights on that game?
I didn't watch a lot of football this weekend, Adrian.
It was really bad. Adrian, did you see Bryce Young?
I did. Yeah,
it was rough.
His first throws were pretty rough. And then he looked like he got a handle on it some, but I think it's going to take a little time under the new system.
They didn't help him much this year. Like they're drafting for next year, so like there's no expectation for him to suddenly be better, other than him having another year of experience.
Mhm.
He's got weapons. I mean, he's got.
They're the same as last
Johnson.
year.
Well, no,
he's got
Deontay Johnson is not the same.
And
That's a
Leggett
big upgrade on your
And
offense.
Leggett, yeah.
and
Leggett's-
Sanders.
Who's Sanders?
Jonathan Brooks will be contributing.
Jadavian
at some
Sanders?
point.
Yeah,
Jadavian
no, that's-
Sanders, yeah. And then offensive line.
Brooks, but
So I want to know what the offensive line increase is, because to me it didn't seem like they did a whole lot. It got
No, I
better,
agree.
but better than 0 isn't that much.
yeah, it's the first game though. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a new regime. Yeah, there's going to be some. It's just like a rookie coming in.
Yeah,
But 13. But look at this.
yeah.
Look at this completion percentage. 13 for 30. 161 yards is the bright spot. 2 interceptions. Now he did rush for a touchdown.
That tells a complicated
But
story. It's not just Bryce Young.
Guys, look at he touchdowns at rushing touchdowns in this league are 8 points. So 8 of his 13 was his rushing touch. It was rough, and maybe I'm a little sensitive to it because
everybody was rough. As you pull up everybody other than Baker, it's going to look rough.
Freaking Baker! What happened to Baker? Why
he was
Baker,
he's like great now.
He was against
he's
the
not even
Commanders.
good.
Baker put his
He's
ego in
amazing.
check, and he's got a Hall of Fame receiver to pass to.
And he was
I know
against
what
the
happened also.
Commanders that stink.
Okay. So let's say it's just the Commanders. Let's hope. But last year was pretty great. But yes, let's just hope it's against the Commanders, because if his no salary keeps going against our high salary guys, that he's going to keep beating out our line item in that quarterback spot too many times.
Well, I think he's.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Jets pass. Oh, scored a touchdown, huh? Rodgers threw a touchdown.
So Alan
What about
Lazard, baby.
Freaking Alan Lazard.
Freaking Alan Lazard.
Okay.
Dude. Why not Garrett Wilson?
That's JB. Games are still finishing up. Remember, everyone, to put in a backup. Sounds like John ended up saving his match in SF3 because of the backup. Well done. All right. Renee, you are which league?
SF2.
SF2. Right on. All right, friend. We have some trades.
All right. We had a few trades.
All right. Which one are you going to?
There's one, Braxton and Kyle did one, where the Vikings gave up Caleb Williams and Mark Andrews.
Ooh, that's a biggie.
Yeah, it's a biggie.
You want to call it out?
Yeah, so Braxton gave up Caleb and Mark Andrews, and then Kyle gave up Jahmyr Gibbs, a 25th second and a 25th first. And to tell you the truth, I don't know.
Kincaid.
And Kincaid.
I'm a perennial middle of the pack non-playoff.
Yes. And to tell you the truth, I don't know which side's better after yesterday. Because it's hard to, I mean, at first glance, it's like, okay, older, you got a mix of old and young. You know, we got Mark Andrews and Dalton Kincaid. I know everyone's got hopes, but we ain't seen nothing yet. And, and we didn't see anything yesterday either, or Friday. And so
that's one of my players too that I'm going to briefly talk about, and I might just segue into it once you're done.
Yeah, so I think this is an interesting one. So in the sense, it's Caleb Williams and hope for a top 5 back right now.
Dang, Jahmyr Gibbs looked good too.
Yeah, he did.
11 for 40 rushing.
Oh my God, Montgomery was
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, better for sure.
I would like to explain the thought process behind this trade. Couple things.
All right, go for
Cool.
it.
So I'm actually, let me pull it up myself. Can you just click on my roster real quick just so I don't have to pull it up myself?
Oh, sure.
So I'm super desperate at quarterback. Like I had, let's see, I had Derek Carr, I had something like Jimmy Garoppolo and Andy Dalton. That was my startup draft. So I'm just like, I'm
God.
trying to like figure something out. So I drafted Michael Penix. I didn't have an opportunity to draft Caleb. I had Hawkinson. It gives me a Mark Andrews. I'm not worried about the cap right now. And then I have plenty of running back. So like selling a high end running back one, yeah, that's spicy, but I'm not destitute at running back, you know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So this is kind
Well,
of
now
like
that J.K. Dobbins, cheapers. No, you're solid at running back.
I wasn't worried about running back. So and also Gibbs is by far the easiest one of those to trade
Mhm.
and the most valuable. So if I'm going for a quarterback, I'm going to go for one that's cheap and has like the ceiling of, I don't want to say Mahomes, but like let's
Jesus.
say prime Aaron Rodgers. So
Same thing.
that's where it is.
You're not going to say Mahomes, but you'll say prime Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Solid. So I just want to say I love it. I would prefer getting Caleb and Mark Andrews there.
This is
And that's
also not
just
the
what it
first time
costs.
I've done something like this in the past. I traded for rookie Joe Burrow and it was kind of a king's ransom and it worked out for me last time too. So, you know, I also bought Trey Lance in a similar kind of deal. That didn't work out. I'm going to take swings on
That's
quarterbacks.
going to happen.
In a super flex, I'm going to do it every time.
Adrian, you want Caleb and Mark Andrews or Gibbs, Kincaid, a first and a second, just relatively in a vacuum.
Yeah, it's a hard one. It really depends on roster dependent. So
It does. Those are a lot of
Anyway,
goodies.
yeah.
Getting Jameer Gibbs and Kincaid. I have thoughts on tight end now. And then first and second. It's always tough giving up your first and second before week one, just your immediate following year. But that's just what
Absolutely.
it's going
I
to
agree.
cost to get Caleb. Next one, Renee.
Further down the way is the Chiefs and the Browns one down there. Casey's the Chiefs gave up Christian McCaffrey and Christian Watson and a second for
Wait, where are you at?
Adrian Michael Penix down where the Chiefs are.
Sorry.
There.
Yep.
Michael Penix, Najee Harris, and Jaden Reed. So Casey gave up McCaffrey and Watson, and Adrian gave up Penix, Harris, and Reed. How do you feel about that now, Adrian?
Well, I wish I would have been able to use McCaffrey. That would have been a lot nicer.
Right, and you will.
But, yeah, no, I will. Jaden Reed looked good. I mean, that was a good get for him.
Yeah.
Obviously, Penix for the future is going to be good. But, of course, I liked it. It's my only share of CMC. So it was nice. And it was a cap move, too.
Oh,
so
okay.
He was over cap. So he needed to get rid of some cap.
Got it. Right. Yeah. He gave up all the Christians.
Right.
All right. And then it just sucks that Christian McCaffrey's out right now.
Yeah. He'll be back, I'm sure.
Okay. Those were the two biggies. Well, there's also one where Brian and Brian traded the Broncos to the Steelers. And Brian Coote gave up Herbert Njoku and a third. And Shard gave up Mac Jones, Deshaun Watson, and a first. I thought that was odd.
I may hit you up there, Brian. He said he has Jordan Mason for me.
Oh.
How much would you spend on Jordan Mason right now?
Not a lot. I
I
don't know if
would
anybody had
buy
any
him for a
picks.
first.
Really?
You own him?
He's also on the block in GA.
Mhm.
I
Hey,
knew the
Renee,
truth.
can you talk? We never went over the August 17th trade between Brian and I.
Okay.
Yeah, that was spicy.
The one with Jalen Ryan, right? That one?
No, the August 17th. So I gave up Herbert, Brian Thomas Jr.,
Oh,
Brock
that one.
Bowers,
Mm-hmm.
a first and a second in 26. And I got Mahomes, Zamir White, and Rashee Rice from Brian. So he's all over all of our trade screens so far. But
Let's see.
Herbert was $90. Brian Thomas Jr. and Brock Bowers were on taxi. Brian is still building this year, although I don't know if that changed. Brian, you still building? And I was nervous about, carrying a $90 Herbert, and I couldn't really make it work to really bolster up the rest of my roster to maybe compensate for what points I'd be leaving on the table at quarterback, if any. But so I wanted Mahomes, and of course you have to pay up. And I have rookies already on this team, so I didn't know how much risk I could absorb. I ended up paying up for Jahmyr Gibbs. I ended up getting Zay Flowers, sent away Nico. I ended up where was it? Brandon Ayuk for someone I can't remember. I drafted Caleb, so I would be rostering then Patrick Mahomes and Caleb with Geno backing up, although Geno probably did much better than Caleb. But too much to pay, about what it takes. I gave up
That's what
Herbert,
it takes.
Brian Thomas Jr., Bowers, and some picks. Mahomes and Rice. What's that?
Mm-hmm. That's what it would take.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Agreed.
I think it's fine. I think for me, Mahomes is a huge upgrade over Herbert,
Mm-hmm.
and Rice is
That's what I'm hoping.
honestly undervalued right now.
Yeah, Rice. That was really fun to watch him on Thursday night. He looked very fun. So I'm hoping that connection will go well. I did lose for the week, which doesn't feel great after spending so much capital. But 1 week, big deal. But Brian Thomas Jr., guys, he looks solid. And Brock Bowers, I don't know if you guys dug into the numbers for Bowers, but holy F. His usage was amazing. His routes were a ton of routes. He looked really good.
I told you.
You passing out?
I told
You told me?
Told you.
Yeah,
about
well, I am
Bowers.
jaded. I am very often jaded.
Well,
Hey, nothing good happens for us.
This week,
When
Mahomes,
a Packers fan is talking about the Raiders, it's a little different than a Raiders fan talking about the Raiders.
It is, but it's also you, and you're very off the wall.
That's fair.
Which
That's fair.
can hit, and you were right, and I was wrong.
I've hit
him in
enough.
32.
I've hit enough for me to
You-
not change my opinions, and not
You
enough
also
to win
do
any
talk-
leagues.
You do talk a lot, so when we talk a lot, we're gonna hit on some. But
so
no, you were right. That was during our draft stream. Good job.
This week, Mahomes was QB 14, and Herbert was QB 20, and there was 5 points between them.
Gross.
So
This is not an indicative
right-
week.
That doesn't feel great, the 5 points. But if I bought him and he is an average of 6 players ahead of Herbert each week, or on average, then that's a good buy. That's a good upgrade. I would just more like QB1 versus QB6 or 7. But QB 14, that's what I'm saying, guys. Right? Am I way off? If I can get Baker Mayfield in 2 first and send away Patrick Mahomes, that might feel super, super gross, but is that just way too far down on the QB ranking list to go?
Not necessarily. necessarily.
I think that's selling a little low. I would expect that to be a cap move, if anything.
And I'm sure it is. And I don't think any one of us would do it. Jared Goff and 2 firsts for Mahomes.
We're getting closer.
Lawrence and 2 firsts for Mahomes.
Well, and Rice and Thomas are only 2 apart.
What is Mahomes? Is he $100?
85.
Ooh, he's 100 in NFC. No, I'm thinking the wrong league.
85.
What is he? What is he?
He was he's $100 in SF3. I know that.
Yeah, I'm mixing him up.
But okay. Yeah, good deal, Brian. I hope they all hit for you, brother. I have them all in NDL leagues too. All right. Renee, keep going.
So for the how the games went this weekend, for the most part, everybody scored in a relatively same range, with the exception of Nick, who's Detroit, absolutely wiped out Braxton in NFC.
My God.
He had 200 points. It was crazy. He had
all.
I mean, it was just like
Baker.
that was nuts. Yeah, he had.
Yeah, he
Baker,
did that with Burrow too. Good God.
Godwin
and Luke Musgrave
and Reed. It was just like bam, bam, bam.
And Musgrave scored 0.
Yeah,
and wow.
Still
what a team.
Wiped everyone out. I thought that was important to see that one because that was crazy.
This goes to show that tight ends don't matter. I've been saying it all along.
You know what? Here, You're right. So I had. Let me think. Let me do this.
Then there's a fun one. Tennessee and Indianapolis are right now. That one's going back and forth. So that one still hasn't been decided, but all the rest have pretty much been decided. And that is 56-44%. Hall and Kittle versus Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And there's.
So who is that? That is. I like saying their name. So you said Tony is.
So Joe is Tennessee and Tony is Indianapolis.
All right.
So
go Tony. Team Tony.
Yeah. Right. Yay.
We love Tony. Fan favorite.
Joe just beat me by 96 points in GA. So.
Holy hell, 96 points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I wanted to. So I brought up a segment that we say, how do we feel about this player and like what action can we have? So I have 3 players. We're off. Are you done with SF2?
Yep.
Okay, we talked about Kincaid, and guys, I think I'm done. I'm done with prioritizing tight ends. Kincaid, I don't know what to do with him. I'm not sure. But now, should we make an offer for him, or are we looking to part ways with him? Now, the nice thing is he outsnapped Knox 51-35. He played 84% of the snaps, so brighter days are ahead. He was the only pass catcher with more snaps than Keon Coleman. But are we silly for prioritizing? All these analysts are telling, get a top 7 tight end. Get a top 7 tight end.
Right, but you need a top 7 one, not one you think is in the top 7. Kincaid, there's no record whatsoever of him getting catches, and there's absolutely no reason for us to believe that Josh Allen is all of a sudden going to change his ways and prioritize one tight end. Dawson Knox would be the one if he's doing it. So,
okay.
Yeah, look.
The thing is, with Dawson Knox there, it's limiting.
He has no interest in Kincaid.
Yeah, ceiling for sure.
But
it's not like he has a plethora of weapons, right? He doesn't have a ton of.
He's doing all the running.
Yeah, they're not receivers,
and he put up points too, and he did well. So if we're rostering Kincaid. Would you sell in a 12-team league? Would you sell him for 2 seconds?
Oh. For what?
2 seconds for Kincaid.
So that means you have nothing. I mean, do you have another one on your bet? I mean, it would really, have to have somebody.
You always have a backup.
No, in a vacuum.
Let's say in a vacuum, yes, but let's say you're rocking with Kincaid as your tight end one because you paid for him usually, and then you're looking at Musgrave and Kraft backing him up. Not even like an Njoku Ingram. You're looking at like Mayer and Musgrave, and then you're just like, F it, I'm gonna just figure it out. Would you sell Kincaid for 2 seconds?
Say no.
Nope. Okay, what would it take for you to sell him?
Well, it's just, I mean, I would hold because I'm not going to sell him for
okay.
the value when you probably paid a first to get him.
That's some
or you
cost.
just drafted him,
and you don't have any, and you don't have anything else. So why get rid of him? I mean, unless you're getting an overpay. That's the only way I get rid of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd sell him for 2 seconds if I have someone I'm looking to start in a 12-team non PPR league, non tight end premium league, because most of our leagues here in NDL are non tight end premium. But I just don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze. I don't know. These randos keep getting in the top 12, and it's like, well, what am I doing? So I have him and overpaid severely in GA. I knew it at the time. I was on the title hunt. But yeah, what happened in the game?
No, nothing. It's a trade I sent to you on accident, and you're probably gonna hate it. Just carry on. I didn't realize it was you.
So that's all I'm thinking. Renee, would you buy Kincaid for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
So that answer tells me everything. The is like, I could, or I'd hate it, or I'd love to keep my seconds. So then it's almost like, what else you got to play? So then, okay, so we're kind of on the same page. Okay.
Well, but remember, I'm also the one that you guys all brought way down the power rankings because I had no tight end. I have Kobe Parkinson and Okonkwo, and right now they're both top 10.
Yeah, they're good.
I am never going to respect someone that says, I have Colby Parkinson, I'm set at tight end. Never. Not one time.
Number 7.
True.
I don't
care.
But
I think we should have been higher on Colby Parkinson. I think
literally don't even know what
starting tight end for the Rams.
For the Rams?
Yeah. We should have been throwing out some thirds and hunting the waiver wire for the Rams tight end one. We just shouldn't. That's shame on us. I don't care what he did or didn't do. His snap count would have been just fine even if he didn't produce. That snap count is what we're buying. But all right, GA, you ready, Adrian?
Ready.
Or are we gonna sprinkle in between each one? We're gonna do a different person. I like this.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Love it.
I like it.
Okay. So I figured if we came up to one of their names, I would kind of just branch off as soon as you were done with your league. So okay, trades in GA, 16-team league.
Hit 20 days and
20 days. All right.
There we go.
All right.
So the first one is Brian Shard.
Do we pronounce it Shard? I think we've talked about this before, and I apologize, Brian.
I don't know.
Up your last
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I apologize about your name and your whole lineage. Okay, go for it.
Brian S. gave up Baker Mayfield and a 25 first. And Brian C. gave up Dak Prescott and Deontay Johnson.
Leverage trade, huh? But it's almost like just a trade. Maybe not even a leverage trade, huh?
Was it cap?
It's not bad. I don't think it was cap.
So Dak is at
Brian's
48,
and he'll probably be able to answer. He's
Baker at
trying
20.
To get picks.
It sure could have been cap, but Bengals sitting on 283.
He said nope.
And
No, it's
oh,
not.
I
It's
didn't
not
think
Cap.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Cap. I just
No.
think Brian could probably answer for himself, but I think Brian is probably like us. We like Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
And I think he
with-
wanted to bank some picks or get some picks. So
He was looking for the first.
Yeah.
Did you hear how satisfied his nope was?
Yes.
Dio John was a toss in. Dude, Brian, he's one of the most fun people to trade with because he will blow you away with. I remember in Yee, Adrian ended up to make a bet on a skeptical first, I think. Oh, okay. I think Brian ended up dynasty daddying the league, finding out where that first was on the rankings for Dynasty Daddy. And I don't know if he targeted him or he just worked it in, but I was saying something else. But it was so good. But Brian something. Oh, can't remember. But
you said Yee.
Oh, and Yee. You remember what you got Kyron Williams from Brian? A third.
Second and third, maybe? Or third? Was it a
Nope.
third? I thought it was Rashad White.
It was Kyron Williams.
Rashad, right. Okay.
I
also got Rashad
want to
White.
bet $100? I'll bet you $100 to your $10.
Second and third. You're probably right.
Answer in 3 seconds. I am right, dude. Because we all kind of were like, okay. And then he went bonkers. I mean, Baker Mayfield. Good. That was good on Brian, and then Brian getting.
It's not
Baker
a bad.
Mayfield first.
It's not bad either way. I don't think it's not.
No, I think
not,
honestly,
not
I think non-Brian Cood, the Shartman, I think he got the better side, right? If you're competing, I'll get Dak, who's about to get paid, throw into CD.
He got paid.
And Deontay.
Well, now that he will forever be known as Dio John.
Wait. Do we not know that Dak got paid? He got paid.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did.
Okay.
But he didn't.
We're acting like he didn't get paid yet. Okay.
He didn't on the 21st of August.
All right. I just wanted.
All right,
to be
Adrian. Oh, we're
and of course
clear.
Baker wasn't last week's Baker on the 21st of August too. So
right,
it makes it a little bit easier now. So next,
I don't
we
even
had
think
Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. You don't think?
I don't even think Brian with a Y, Cood. I don't even think he was really caring about the delta between Baker Mayfield and Dak. I thought he said I'd be just fine with Brian. I'm with Baker. I might lose a little, but grab the first, build my squad out, sell a. It was just a bet on the first. Yep. He's so fun to trade with. Okay.
All right. The next is
although Brian.
Zach.
Okay, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
We had Zach giving up Zach Wilson. Yep. Romeo Dobbs and Travis Kelce to Michael Ramos. And Michael Ramos gave him Minshew, Jacoby Myers, and TJ Hawkinson in return. This is
one of the
ugly trade.
Stupidest. I hate this trade so much. Look at Hawkinson, $28. Kelce, $67. So I get it, but I mean, how bad was this cap? $296. It was bad. And but he already had. I mean, so wait. Oh no, TJ Hawkinson was $49. I think when we click on it, we see the price from our own conference.
Yes.
40. So what was it? 49, and then let's see what
67. Oh, that was. I'm sorry, we did the same thing.
70. Okay. But why don't you just trade Kelce for Hawk?
I know, right? Yeah, it was an ugly trade.
But did he need
Dobbs
Marner,
is worth? Dobbs is worth more than Myers.
I don't think so. I think they were walking.
Oh no, I don't either. I'd rather have Jacoby Myers.
That's not a consensus sentiment.
You are a Green Bay fan.
Yeah,
Dobbs.
I
so
think
tell me about Dobbs. Tell me about Dobbs. How important
he's
is
the
he?
Possession receiver. He has
So is Jacoby.
Right. But Jacoby's behind Devontae Adams and Brock Bowers, who are clear primary targets. On the Packers, they basically have 4, I guess call them wide receiver ones. They're all potential wide receiver ones. Like the logical play is buying the cheapest one. And granted, in this case, you're not buying a specific one over another, but you are buying one of the cheapest Green Bay Packers for almost nothing, right?
Yeah, but you gotta look at history. Dobbs' history has not been as good as Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers is almost 30, isn't he?
He is.
I think he's still young.
27.
27.
Yeah.
I do like Zach's side better, right? I would prefer to get rid of Kelsey's, what's it called, contract. He still has Trey McBride. He'll probably flip TJ Hawkinson for whatever he can get, a second. I don't even think someone will pay a second. But he did get a backup quarterback, which he didn't have. So that's good. And I don't know why he put in Zach Wilson even. Sweet Jesus. But
just a quick
maybe had to.
Just wait. That's waiver.
Just a quick note.
Drop him.
It's there's a little over 2 minutes left in the Jets game, and Aaron Rodgers is out of the game.
Oh no! What happened? Oh,
I don't know. He's on the sideline talking.
Yeah. They may have just pulled him.
Oh, they just pulled him because the game is away from him. Okay.
Yeah, the game's over. Yeah.
Game's away from him. So Garrett Wilson went 5 for 52. Breece Hall went 5 for 39. Rushed 16 carries, 54 yards. So he got over 100. Oh, no. Almost didn't even get 100 yards. But he did get a touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 5 for 52. Aaron Rodgers finishes a game with 167 yards, touchdown, and interception.
That's what everyone's been doing this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Purdy lit the world on fire with 231 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jordan
Mason.
I'm
going to skip this other tweet, the Alex Pierce for third. It's just what it is. And then we're going to go to Justin Berry gave up Deontay Johnson and a 25 second, and I gave up Christian Kirk and a 25 third. So this was, I wanted to save some cap. I think this was a little bit of a cap move, or I think he needed some cap space. One of the two. It was a cap move, and I didn't mind getting Deontay Johnson in the second and giving up Kirk in the third. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I like that. You do like Kirk too.
I do, but I have a lot of shares.
Justin's got a good team.
He does. He does.
Yeah, that was good. I prefer your side.
Yeah. Then we have Nate showing up, like you said.
Oh, God.
Showing up, throwing out trades. So he gave, and I don't really understand this one too much, but he gave up Joan Dotson and Godwin and to Earl, and Earl gave up Traylon Burks and the first. So I'm thinking it's Godwin for first, pretty much, right?
Yeah. This
and
almost
right
feels
now
like
it looks all right.
Yeah,
this feels like you're trying too hard to get rid of Burks, I think, but also it works.
He loves Burks too, or loved.
Yeah,
but I mean, look at Godwin. He actually looked really good.
He looked great.
He looked really good,
and he's lining up in the slot. So yeah,
he's always been the best in slot.
Yeah,
dude, he moves so well too. I mean, if I don't see why you pay a first for Godwin, but if Godwin is 80% of this, that first probably can't compare. It's tough spending, a first prior to the season for a receiver like Godwin, but Earl is also very, very fun.
Yeah. I mean, if you're one person away from competing, I'll trade it first all day long.
But September 2nd?
With me. Yeah, I can get it back throughout the year. Doesn't matter. If something happens, I can.
You can, and so can Earl.
Somebody and get it back.
Do you have any?
Yeah.
Do you have any leagues with Earl, Renee?
Mm-mm. Oh wait, I think he's
missing out.
Yeah, he's in SF3 in NFC.
Yeah, he's fun. Rumor was CMC had a setback on Friday with his injury that wasn't reported.
Yuck.
Bastards. They can get fined. Fined. All right.
Switch to
Did you have
game
anything
day.
you wanted to go? Oh,
Yes.
what's that?
Go to game day. We'll go to game day.
Going to game day. Going to
Yeah.
game day.
Day. We're gonna run
Okay.
through it real quick and
Yeah.
let you know what's going on. So the biggest
Did you want to
thing
point out
is if you go,
Renee's?
Yeah.
yes, if you go down to the bottom,
Mhm.
all the way to the bottom on the right hand side,
Oh, you mean this?
we have Joe.
I have a really good team.
176 points. He scored
Click
the
on
most
it.
points in the league.
Wait,
I
where
have
is
a-
it? Where am I?
On the right, down on the right, bottom right.
Oh, shoot! I can't click it. Wait.
Yeah, you got to click it on the left hand side
Bills.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Bills. Oh, here we go.
towards the top.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Does
I've
that
got
look
a
better,
good
Renee,
team.
when it's blown up like that?
Oh, yeah, it's much better.
You do have a good team.
I've got a really good team.
Hey, it's one. Hey, it's 1 week.
Not this week, you don't.
got
No, I do
Barkley.
not.
I think I outscored you.
I think everybody did. God.
Well, I don't think anybody figured Isaiah Likely to get 27 points.
No, we
Mhm.
also didn't expect all those players to score single digits.
Right. Or Jaden Reed
Puka,
getting 35
guys.
points.
Fucking Puka.
He had Saquon and Jaden Reed. Good God, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
about a lucky
Dude.
first week.
Yeah. Yeah. Please enjoy.
I think this is one of Joe's strongest teams left, right?
I think so. Yeah.
It's got to be his. It looks like his. It could be his best one.
I think so.
His bench probably scored more than Renee's whole team. He's got Jared Goff, J.K. Dobbins, Wandale Robinson. I like that kid. 6 for 44. Hot damn. Yeah,
Available
that's a
in
tough
JT.
one. Hey, take it on the chin. Take it
Grab
on the
it.
chin and move on. You'll be super good, dude. You got a good team. That's a solid team, Renee.
Yeah. That's an in-conference loss too.
Yeah, that hurts. You
Yeah, that
shouldn't have
hurts.
mentioned that. That made it worse. Isaiah Likely. Hey, you know what? Joe is the king of F the tight end. Play whoever you got.
Normally
sure
I
did,
am
dude.
too, but no, I got Mark Andrews.
Thought you'd be
Yeah,
just
that's
fine.
crazy.
Oh, and that even hurts worse when your Mark Andrews went up against his Likely. How unlikely
Oh, yeah.
of that.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
All right, so we had a lot of games. We had a lot of games final. So if you want to scroll down to
Yep.
the bottom right,
Bottom right.
and some close games. Yeah, bottom right. So we had
Mm-hmm.
the Texans and CJ go against Brian and the Titans.
Look at how
112
close
to
that is.
112.8.
Oh
Close
man.
game.
Ouch.
And then we had Pittsburgh and David Reed go against Jake, 71 to 72. Probably the battle of the teams that are rebuilding. It was down at the bottom still.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Is that another damn Lazard? It's another Lazard touchdown.
yeah, fucking
It is,
Lazard,
dude.
man.
Like, really.
Just retire.
Hey, I
dude.
want
All right, now we
everyone
can
to
scroll up.
understand. Do not go pick up Lazard. He is not good.
If he's free, I don't see why not.
I mean,
Get it
if
for
you maybe if
$1.
you got like Treylon Burks on your roster. Okay.
Better than Puka right now.
All right. So
Anything else, Adrian?
yes. So we have some close games, and they're probably already decided since the game's pretty much over. But we had Justin and the Washington Commanders going against his
Football.
buddy Tom in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we can probably see. I don't know if it refreshed or not, but this was going to be close, and he probably. Oh wow! Go to the top.
Tell me you had Lazard. The top.
What's the score?
Oh,
Yeah, go to the score.
102.8, 102.4.
Wow.
He needs 0.4, and there's only 25 seconds left on my TV.
Yeah,
Who's this
and I don't
after?
think Brees is in there anymore.
No,
Mm-mm.
he's not.
So
Oh,
yeah, so he
It's,
lost.
It's Ty
Out.
Johnson on the Jets. I think it's Ty Johnson.
And then we got another
Dude,
one that's close to
those
close
are good
to the-
games. Good teams.
Yeah. Another one that's close, Tampa Bay, which is Nick and Jay, which is Atlanta. Coming down, I think they're Tampa Bay's down 15 with Garrett Wilson. We'll see how that ended up.
Which I should be fine. I had to start Xavier Gibson because CMC. Yeah, because CMC was out.
So Garrett Wilson.
So I just started someone off my bench.
Yeah, he needed 15 points and he only got 12 from Garrett Wilson. So we had a chance, but it didn't make it. And then we got, if we go back, we got Braxton at San Francisco with Kittle going against Earl, Seattle.
Dang, so many tight teams.
Yeah. With
tight
nobody.
Games, I mean.
So we'll see how Kittle. He was down 10. And
Kittle's got to be
is still down.
Done, right?
Kittle got 8 points. Yeah, it's done. The game's over. So he needed 10 points plus from Kittle, and he only got 8. So Roy beat, I think, the winner of our division last year. The winner of the division, Braxton. So,
are you off to the Saints? Oh, Earl. Earl beat Braxton, you're saying. Gotcha.
Right. All right, and then we have the battle of the rebuilds. We have Kyle, Carolina, versus Roy in New Orleans. And
look at you.
Kyle had Kyle. Mason.
I'm just saying.
He had Jordan Mason. And Mason went off. So
he wasn't even my running back one.
So Kyle, is there any chance that you're going to promote Malik and Ladd? Or are you just going to?
I have one quarterback, and it's Geno Smith. Like, if I had, I don't know, maybe I'll make a move, but this is encouraging, but this does not mean that I'm suddenly going in, right?
You know what you should do, bro?
Wait until next year.
Slaying Mason, slaying Geno, any opportunity, a good game from JSN maybe, Cade Otton, and then just pocket some picks and keep on building.
For what it's worth, I have 3 firsts for next year already.
See there? That's what I would do. I wouldn't push in with this team, no.
Kyle's been rebuilding ever since he's been in the league.
I picked it up
the year after the startup. He hated looking at this league.
I'm working at it, dude. This is better than it was every year that I've owned the team.
100%. I agree. 100% agree.
Anyone else, Adrian?
Nope. That's it. That's it for the week.
Well, speaking of J.K. Dobbins, what are we going to do with J.K.? You roster J.K. Dobbins. Kyle, you got him on your team. He played the Raiders. Okay.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about J.K. Dobbins? Would you rather hold him, or would you like to capitalize on a big game and sell him? Ripped off a 60-yard run.
Diamond hands. We're holding. This is why I have J.K. Dobbins almost everywhere. Like, I've been waiting for the day, and here it is. The promised land has arrived. We're here. And he made it through a full game without getting injured. And it's wonderful. And I love it. And he had 13.5 yards per rush and a touchdown. And he's very clearly the RB1 on a run-first team. Let's go. Wheels up, J.K. Dobbins.
Renee, let me in. Can I interest you in selling a J.K. Dobbins if your quarterback was Geno, your QB1, and then you're rostering Dobbins, Mason, Zamir White as your running backs? You also have as your wide receivers Lockett, Shakir, JSN. Oh, don't worry. You also have Cade Otton at tight end. Would you be holding Dobbins and building with him or selling him?
Oh, I'm selling. And I have him in NFL. If anyone would like him, please come get him.
And I have him in 32. And I will be spamming out as many offers as my little computer can handle. So let's say, Renee, how much you selling for? What are your initial offers going to be?
Oh,
there's one right answer. Let's see if you get it.
It'd probably be a second and a pizza.
That a girl. A what?
God, pizzas are expensive, Renee.
That a girl. There we go.
Right
Did
now,
you say
Ezekiel
a
Elliott's
second?
available for pizza.
But is there a topping? Because if
Oh,
there's
no, I eat cheese, so no.
okay. Do you eat? Are you vegetarian?
No. I just don't like
No.
things I don't like things on my pizza.
You only like cheese pizza?
Yeah.
Are you 4? Renee.
Yes. Yes,
Now
I
I
am.
only like pepperoni, and I call myself a child
Yes.
pizza eater.
You're
Oh,
both
no.
So
children.
Adrian,
I
Yes.
eat what
Right.
8-year-old boys eat.
and don't even think about specializing my pizza. I'm not looking at a specialty menu. I'm not dipping mine in ranch. Now I will get that garlic butter. Hey, Renee, look at the camera. Hey, seriously, did you get that garlic butter on that Papa John's pizza?
I did not.
Oh, what the fuck? That was
It wasn't available.
oh, see, Renee, I told you have to call ahead.
Well, but I
You have
needed
to make
pizza
sure, 'cause
anyway. I wasn't going to say no to pizza anyway.
It's heavy. Adrian, if you have the
Yes.
same team that I just rattled off that starting roster, would you be selling, holding J.K. Dobbins?
Selling 100%. He gone.
And what would you sell for? What's your opening offer?
Second is
Renee? Yeah,
is good.
that's the right answer. That's it. I would be over the moon. Over the moon. Renee upped it with a handcuff, which is
And
smarter. A
pizza.
handcuff in a
Mhm.
second. Yeah. See, Kyle, you can't be so emotional, bro. You have to just learn to sell
Okay.
high. All right.
You know what the problem is? You know what the
SF3.
real hold on.
What's the real problem?
Just closing it out.
You
The
can
real
go.
problem is all of you elitist assholes are speaking from the top of the mountain, and I can't hear you down
Yeah.
here in the trash dump, okay?
Mhm.
I'm gonna get up there. I'm going middle class at least. This year, I'm
Trust
getting
me.
the 106, and we're gonna have a good time.
We know how it is. Have you seen Renee's JB team? She's working some miracles with that. If you see what it is now, you should have seen that puppy about 6 months ago.
Oh, come and
8
see
months ago.
NFL. That's
Oh,
NFL.
please.
That's real crap.
JB is my most important NDL team of our league. Of course, I've seen her
Me
roster.
too. Renee,
Come.
isn't Renee, is the build fun or competing funner? Which one's funner, more fun? Just give me one.
Well, I like winning, but that causes me stress. Whereas selling is a
Mhm.
blast.
Yeah.
I like.
I'm gonna
Somebody's
tell you.
hurt.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hello,
Right?
you have
It's
someone
so
hurt.
profit off trauma. Listen, competing is stressful. And I end up dreaming about it at night. I fall asleep to waiver pickups. I'm dreaming about losing. I just don't win enough leagues, I think. So the rebuilds are very, very fun. Adrian, rebuild or competing? Which one do you like more? I know what your answer is, but
Do I have to
Yeah.
answer that?
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Kyle, you are up, friend.
Okay. No pressure. I prepared. Are we going to start from where are we starting from? How far are we going back?
Well,
20 days.
I will. We might as we haven't.
We're just
We
doing
didn't
all of
talk
them?
about the
Oh, yeah.
trades.
We did
Yeah,
not.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Let's talk about
there's
them
some
all.
pretty good trades in this one.
All right, let's just do them all. All right. Quick hitters. Devon Achan for Ramondre Stevenson and a second.
Achan.
No idea who any teams are, unfortunately.
So that was me. I ended up trading away Stevenson. I'm the Niners. Stevenson and a second. And Jacob, he's not too high on Achan, but he drafted him. Drafts get crazy. So I wanted Achan. I sold an Achan, so I wanted to buy an Achan. Adrian, what do you think?
This is SF3.
SF3.
Oh, okay.
It's
Does everyone else like Achan?
I do.
I'm
I
in.
like Stevenson.
I like Stevenson
But,
also.
yeah, I can see. I don't think that's a bad offer especially if you're wanting to get Achan, because Achan is one of those kind of boom type people. What is that?
Oh,
What
it's
is that?
our.
Kyle?
Can't see.
Kyle, I
Uh,
swear to God.
Oh,
That
told
was
you not to.
very
He told-
mean. That
I'm
was
just
very
listen. He
rude.
had a big week. It's a handcuff.
You know what?
Salary
You
cap.
must hate me. Hate me so
You
bad.
need 2 tight
I want
ends,
you guys
otherwise
to
your
know what
roster's
he offered
illegal.
me. This is what he offered me. Jordan Mason. Hold on. He offered me Jordan
No, you
Mason
just
and
stop
Fossil
it, Jordan.
Moreau for Kincaid.
You said you're
For
over it.
Kincaid.
What did Jordan Mason finish this week?
It's not like I considered you my best friend, but I considered you a friend.
RB.
Okay.
Jordan Mason. Where the fuck is Jordan Mason? He probably finished like RB6.
I don't want to hear
He's not
that.
on he's not updated yet.
That's rude.
For some reason.
Stevenson in a second for HN. I like it. I also really like Stevenson. So good job, Jacob. Keep building, brother. Okay.
Sorry, I got sidetracked. Oh god, I lost it. Okay, next trade. Gardner Minshew. Fuck. Gardner Minshew for a second.
That was brutal. You got
next
a second.
Trade.
I'll take Minch. I'll take.
Well,
I mean, obviously,
that's a starting quarterback,
pretty hardcore, but I get it.
Gardner Minshew has been valuable at some point for the last feels like 12 years.
You know why this happened? It's because of your trade in JB. As soon as you got Minshew for a third, I saw the wheels turning in JK's head. He was like, "Oh, I need to go get Minshew," but he ended up paying a second. So
he did, and you know what? He scored 19 points. 257 and one.
If you're gonna pay for a journeyman quarterback, I can't think of a lot of guys that you wouldn't pay for over Gardner Minshew because he's the type of guy.
I mean, look how happy he is.
He's gonna score points. You know what he is. He's not gonna be scared. Whatever. If you're not competing, that was a terrible trade.
Yeah. No, he's competing.
All right, next trade. Right. Speaking of the devil, Dalton Kincaid. Okay, this is bullshit. Dalton Kincaid for Bo Nix, Michael Mayer, and a 25-second.
Jordan Mason, 24 points.
So there's 2 other guys with 24 points. So he's like 6-4 somewhere in there on the week. I'm just saying, where's Kincaid? Where is he?
Never a dull moment with Earl. Earl gave up Kincaid, and he got Bo Nix, Michael Mayer in a second.
So I think this is bullshit because in all the leagues I inquired about Bo Nix, the line is something like, "Oh, I need 2 firsts and a plus."
Right.
Well, you must not have done it in this league because you're in that division.
Yeah, definitely wasn't in this league.
To be fair, Kyle, Jacob sold Nix. Jacob is new, and he doesn't quite grasp how important quarterbacks are in these leagues. So, and this is tight end premium for whatever.
That's a good point. Yeah,
and it's start 10.
That, actually,
it is start 10, but no, give me Nix. Give me Nix
and he didn't have a tight end. I mean, he had Theo Johnson and Daniel Bellinger.
And Michael Mayer. Right. I think Michael Mayer is almost droppable.
And Nix is $16. Yeah. Michael Mayer is probably droppable.
I forgot that this was premium. I think both sides had Bo Nix go for 16, which I think is crazy.
Yeah, no, that was super cheap, but he also was nominated quite late. Good job, Earl. I like that.
I'm saying it's like almost too expensive just because he can't go on taxi, so you have to roster him.
Yeah, but he wasn't the starter at that time, so
I don't think it's a bad trade for either because I mean Earl still has Sam Laporta, so he really didn't need.
Kincaid at $28 though. Oh, are you thinking that Kincaid was the better side?
No, I'm saying it's not a bad deal either way because if you look at their team and the roster, Jacob has Levis, Mahomes, and Minshew. He's got his 3 quarterbacks, right? He has no tight end. Bellinger, Theo Johnson, he has no tight end. So he needed a tight end. Earl needed a quarterback because all he has is Brock Purdy, and he had J.J. McCarthy, but of course he wasn't playing. So he needed a second quarterback, and he has Laporta. So Kincaid was expendable for him.
They were a match made
So
in heaven.
it's a roster. Yeah, it's a roster.
No, they were solid.
Move. Yeah.
I think Bo Nix for Kincaid would have been just fine.
Yeah, but you just got to do what you got to do to get your guy for your roster.
Plus,
So-
I'm a hater of all tight ends now.
Just
Okay.
to be clear, I would take Kincaid here, and I think it's close, but I would take Kincaid because it's tight end premium. Next trade,
You're done.
Chargers and Browns. This is my boy. This is one of my children. Shout out to David. He gave up Baker Mayfield, Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, and a second for Trevor Lawrence, Devin Singletary, Theo Johnson, Sam Laporta, a third,
Wow.
and a 25 first, which is not the Chargers. I don't know where the Titans fall, but
Oh, so that's
seeing as how they
Adrian.
seeing as how they traded their it's Adrian. Well, then it's a playoff first. Big Dick trade. He's a thumper. This will not be the last time he makes a big trade.
No, we're already talking again.
I'm sure you guys
Oh,
you guys
God,
are
what
probably going to
so
talk a
this
lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
Adrian,
He's,
let's look at Adrian's team because I made fun of it pretty good for a while. So now he's Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix, Aaron Rodgers, Bryce Young. Okay, so you're covered at quarterback, even though
Well, interesting.
I mean
Fields.
Baker's QB1 forever now. So ETN, Najee, Zach Moss, Brian Robinson, Chase, Nico, Puka, Worthy. I could stop there.
Nice.
Dominant.
No tight ends.
Devastatingly dominant.
Nice. Yeah, you don't
And
say that.
Keon Coleman. Hey, Keon Coleman was
Nice.
was good. 4 for 51.
Yeah.
Ran a bunch of routes. Good snap count.
That's one guy I targeted a lot in the draft, just because I knew he was going to be a starter.
Well, how good did that feel walking away with at $15 from the auction?
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that felt
A
good.
plus.
Good squad, bro.
Um,
I like it a lot now. It was
on the
dog
Browns-
shit for a little while, right out.
It was.
Now you
I
came
did hate
alive, bro.
Yeah.
This looks like more like an Adrian team. This really looks like an Adrian quarterback room.
You're right.
I would like
Baker,
to
I still love
highlight the
quarterbacks.
Browns just a little bit more. This was a team that
Okay.
was kind of it was we had differing opinions on it in the power ranking show.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing for the future, so he wanted to get rid of Chase's salary. He's a little scared about what he got back. I think Sam Laporta's salary scares him a tiny bit.
It did.
I thought it was a great trade in both ways. I thought it made a lot of sense.
I mean,
I didn't know he was your friend.
Yeah, he's my cousin.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
So he's a co-owner with somebody else. Do you know the other person?
No, I think that's his college buddy. But David's the one I invited, and then he asked for a co-owner. I got him into Dynasty, so that was I started my startup league or my home league the same year that we started that the bankroll league, Jay, with Tim way back then.
Yeah.
That was when we started. Now he's all grown up.
We have our
dude.
own channel, our own trade channel now in
Nice.
Discord. It's the two of them and me, and they're good guys.
Yeah. They're
Where's that
talk
channel?
a lot.
There's a trade
It's
channel.
just DM. No, it's DMs. It's the
It's a
two
three-man DM.
owners and me. Yeah. So
Fun.
I call it our channel, our trade channel,
they will never stop trading. They're gonna be trading constantly.
which
so.
I love it because I trade all the time too.
You like to trade, Adrian?
No,
I've never heard.
Okay.
Come on.
Never heard of it.
I never get anything
good
done
one.
with Adrian. It's fucked up. All right. Last one is Adrian again, giving up Pitts and a first, his own first this time for ETN and Musgrave. So just ETN.
Oh. I don't want to be too loud, but I am clapping loudly. Well done,
okay.
dude.
So I have a very different opinion than you, apparently, because
Good. $26 pits is nothing to me. Dead. I'm not trying. 15 tight end premium points. Fine. I don't care. 3 for 26 and a touchdown. Thank Christ he had a touchdown. I'm not trying to. $26, almost 10%, 9% of the budget. Guys, I am jaded and pissed now.
Sounds like it.
Hey, Renee, Renee, how are you valuing tight ends right now? Just in general in NDL.
Well, see, here's the problem. Is I've been watching a lot of I'm doing a lot of research, watching a lot of videos and things, and I've been seeing the what is it, the price, the return on value or something like that, and it shows how it drops off after the first 7. And
good. You're looking at the war charts.
Yeah, so I've been like really getting into that. I'm like, I wonder if there's something to this. And then this week happens and it's like, nope. So I don't know. But I do like Pitts. And
we like the idea of Pitts. What are you thinking, Kyle? What is your thought on it then?
I've always been a little bit low on Etienne. I don't think he's ever going to be in that top tier of running backs. So you're trading 2 firsts. I would even go as far as to say Kyle Pitts is worth more than a late first. So call it a mid first and a late first to me.
That's what it takes to get ETN, though.
I sold all my
ETN this year.
I'm just not buying him then.
I love him this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it was concerning that ETN split with Tank Bigsby. That was unfortunate. And the stat sheet shows Tank Bigsby actually produced probably better than him. Not probably, 50-50. Produced better than him. It was 50-50 on as far as carries, but I think what they did with the carries, I think Tank Bigsby outproduced him by like 20-something yards, something I can't remember. But for me, I'm not even counting. I mean, Pitt's at $26, guys. I can't do it. And any of these guys at $26, 9% in a start 10, I just can't do it. So I mean, I applaud you with that one. Also, if you're going for tight end, you got a good one, right? You got one of the most talented guys we got in the league. So who was this? John?
John.
Good job, John. You got your guy. You got a first. So was he expendable, ETN? He got Tank Bigsby. Well, I wonder if he started Tank Bigsby because probably did pretty well. So look, he's got CMC, Aaron Rodgers, Chuba, which was very disappointing.
Very.
Tank Bigsby, Jonathan Brooks. Yeah, that's solid. He didn't have a tight end. Now he's got a tight end. Well done. Yeah. But I mean, these running backs are so expensive in our leagues, guys. It takes everything you got. But at $26 Pitts, I've become jaded.
You can get Elliott for a pizza.
Yeah, but it only has cheese on it. Anything else you saw, Kyle?
Yeah, I wanted to highlight 2 matchups.
Good.
First one is the Panthers in Tampa Bay.
Thanks a lot.
Is that you again?
Hold on one sec.
But look at how good my team is.
That's what I wanted to talk about because this is the worst outcome I've ever seen.
I lost so bad.
Panthers in Tampa.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, you got destroyed.
Yeah, look at
this is a good team. This is a good team.
Yeah.
So who did you go up against, Renee?
Dan.
Yeah.
Dan. Okay. Dan. Okay.
Yeah.
And he benched Jordan Mason. Good God.
Who benches Jordan Mason?
Well, yeah, to be fair, he probably couldn't start any. He had no. Oh, he could have benched Garrett Wilson. Should have benched Garrett Wilson.
There's no chance I'm benching Garrett Wilson for Jordan Mason.
In no world.
Oh, he ended up getting 6 for 60. Okay. Yeah, that's a rough one, Renee.
I had a
That's
bad
brutal.
weekend.
Yeah, brutal.
Yeah.
You lost Puka Nakua for at least 4 weeks. Like
Yep.
it's not looking good this week. But chin
Nope.
up, soldier. Maybe you'll get him in 4 weeks.
What are you going to do with Puka in this one, Renee? What are your thoughts? I know you thought
I don't know.
about it.
I haven't looked at this one yet.
Hold on, Renee.
Right.
I'll send you something in a second here.
Uh-oh.
The other one, yeah, I don't have Jordan Mason, so don't worry about that. The other one I want to highlight is Denver and Los Angeles.
Denver,
Up
You would.
high.
You would.
Where is
Why are you dogging on us on this pod?
Who's this?
Me
Oh, wow.
and Eric.
It is.
Well, okay. So I actually wanted to highlight the Broncos.
who?
So this
Eric.
is my child Eric. Great week, but it looks a little bit fragile to me. There's almost nothing on the bench, and he lost Jordan Love for probably 3 weeks. He also had the nuclear week from Saquon, so we will see if Jacoby Brissett and a potato can carry him for the next until Jordan Love comes back.
I'll add something
go ahead.
on this because, I mean, he was, I think, ranked pretty low in the power rankings, and look at the score he put up.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Against me. Thank you.
Great.
Appreciate it, Eric. Yeah.
This team is a lot of like, oh well, we don't know if they've jumped the shark kind of players, like Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, I guess, Devontae Adams, even Saquon. We've been talking about that, like little whispers here and there, but no one was sure Saquon was going to be Saquon right until he scored that.
Dude,
I don't know. Pick a touchdown that he scored, and then you change your mind. So.
I have no
Good
Saquon
stuff.
anywhere.
Yeah,
Nothing.
good stuff.
Me
But
either.
this is gonna be a bumpy ride for the next month or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
it's rough. Speaking of bumpy rides, my last guy, it's Jaden Reed or George Pickens. Okay, so Jordan Reed, we're all rostering him in some league. George Pickens, I don't see a lot of us rostering George Pickens. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I have Jaden Reed. Do you guys own Jaden Reed in any of your leagues here?
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I
in
thought so.
NDL, I don't know if I do.
Jaden
I own
Reed?
both.
I do.
I thought so. And then, do you, Adrian? You sold him to me in one, but
He's got him in
either
JB.
way.
Yeah, I still
you got
have
him in JB.
him.
Yeah,
And
I thought so.
Yeah, and I got a lot of Pickens
Okay.
too.
Oh, you do have a lot of Pickens. So this is what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. So Jane, I kind of see them. I don't know why, but similar tier type guys. I don't know if they're in the same tier, similar tier, but I'm guessing. I didn't really look, but I see them like that. So George Pickens, he had targets per route run, 31.8%. Wide receiver 1 last year, Lamb, targets per route run, 29.9%. Now that was all of last year. He's amazing. This was one game. I get it. But 6 for 7, 85 yards. We got Reed. Would we send away Reed for Pickens straight up right now? Because guys, we're talking Willis though, or Tannehill. Love at best 4 games. That's a big part of our season. Remember, we're not just doing head to heads here in NDL. We also have to play our double header.
But we also have Fields throwing to Pickens.
But he threw at him pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. And I don't see Fields. I think Russ is going to come back. I think he's the starting quarterback when he's healthy, right?
Probably until he shows that he can't perform as the starter. I think he's the starter.
Russ.
So
yes.
Yeah.
So the thing is Pickens is the receiver on that team, pretty much. Is the main guy. Reed is not.
Right.
Reed's probably going to have those big games, and then just because I've had him and I had him in a lot of leagues, he'll have those good games, and then the next week, he'll have the 7-8 points, but he's going to have those big weeks. I think Pickens is going to be more consistent.
I think what we saw from Reed this last week is Reed. I think that's just him. I don't think he was trying hard. I don't think he was. I know. Now you correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle. Correct me because you know this team better than I do. But everything he was doing just seemed very Reed-like. It just seemed like this could happen every Sunday, and I don't think we'd be all that surprised. But maybe I'm too high on him.
I think it could happen any Sunday. I don't think it's going to happen every Sunday. I think he's playing. It's hard to say it, but he's playing like the Debo role if Debo wasn't built like a running back, right? Like he's doing a lot of like
the Xavier role.
The Xavier role.
Xavier Winther. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, with a little less speed. Yeah, it's like a little gadgety, but it's not because he's bad at route running. It's because he's also good at yak. Like there's a lot of things you can do. You can get creative with him. I think that once everything starts clicking, and we're not going to see it for a month now. Once everything starts clicking, we might see more of Christian Watson. I think it's going to be a 1-2 punch between them, and we might see a little bit more of a split points wise. But I'm all in.
Was nowhere.
Yeah, he was. I don't even know if he had any receptions besides the touchdown. I think it was. He had 3 receptions. Okay, not bad. 5 targets. I mean, he was
not
completely absent in the first half. It was awful.
Hey, and you know what? He ran routes and he didn't get hurt. So honestly, that's not a joke, right? I'm happy.
So for me, players that are kind of questionable that we don't know, I'm not changing much of my opinion until about week 4 as far as like the year. After that, I might start saying, hey, if Christian Watson's not producing, then maybe we knock him down, right? Like maybe he's not worth much. Maybe Reed's the big guy. Maybe Reed is the true alpha on the Packers and wheels up, right?
Well, Renee, you own Reed.
Reed.
Okay, so you own Reed. You're competing. You get Pickens showing up straight up in your inbox. Are you declining that or countering that? Or, I mean, because I don't think that's counterable, right? I don't think you're adding anything to Pickens.
Maybe.
I mean, you're not going to ask for more, right?
But I guess it depends on who's asking me. If it's a Packer, then yeah, I'm adding something.
But I mean, so I said, so you're competing. You got Reed. You know he's probably not going to be as useful as a Pickens type, and you don't want to add more. You're just trying to replace him, get some points on there. We're trying to win some games to make the playoffs, right? You're going to decline Pickens?
I'd probably keep Reed. I'd probably keep Reed.
Okay. So you'd hold Adrian?
I would, yes, because I think Pickens is going to be more consistent.
So you'd accept the trade?
Yes.
And a third because they sent straight up. Yeah, I don't mind that. Brian said he'd take Pickens. He'd accept it. He'd counter with a third. So at least the line was pretty good. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm looking at Dynasty much more like redraft, especially now that the season has started. So I'm not trying to hold these sexy guys. I'm not trying to have a cute roster. I'm just trying to win. And that's why now I got Puka. He said I'd take either or. Yeah, I know, me too. He said he'd take it. But now I got Puka on JB, and I'm gonna move him. I don't see me holding him. It's a start 9 league. These are start 9 is nothing. You need powerhouses. And yes, I probably will trade with you. I can't imagine I'm doing. I have an inbox offer, and Puka is in it.
We're all in the same situation. with Puka because Renee has him in SF3.
Many
I know
leagues.
mini leagues.
Mhm.
Okay, I have him in SF3. You have him in JV. So yeah, we're all trying to decide what to do.
I have him in 32. You have him in 32, Renee Puka. Are you competing in 32?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not competing, so
Not
maybe
this
we
week.
can. And I actually won. God dang it. It's the stupid game. All right. Very fun, guys. That was my last guy. So, hey, if you like that, if you want me to keep coming up with people, at least those ones were relevant. It's more the players that we can have some action to. Would we buy them? Would we hold them? Would we sell them? Trying to stir up, this show is just all about the community. And are we trading? Are we talking, right? More trades, we put in people's inbox. Usually it's the more we're chatting with people, and more fun is funner. So very cool, guys. Anything else? And
No, I
obviously
like
we're not doing
this.
32 or NFL. We will kind of see how that goes, but any more time, and I don't know. We're all getting sleepy, but you liked it, Renee? That's fine. I'll
I
come up
liked
with another few for next week. Okay, cool. Fun. All right, very good. Love you guys. All good. We're done. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Good
Much
luck.
love to you.
Good
We'll
luck
see
next
you